Welcome back, everybody. We'll take a break to Stephen Shamus.
Good to see you, my friend Alex.
Always a pleasure, sir.
How you doing? What kind of shirt you got on there? What's wanted?
That's my wanted Han Solo. Star Wars. Star Wars stuff. When do I not have Star Wars stuff?
I know you're a Star Wars fan. I get it. I get it. You're showing your true colors. All right, what are we talking about today, Alex?
Yeah, let's jump into some oddball stuff. First, not an oddball, Joaquin Torres, breakout star of your Captain America Winter Soldier. Let's dive back down into, it's very topical to talk about Barry Windsor Smith right now. His new book just came out. They've been working on for, I think, 102 years. Let's talk a little Weapon X.
Cardio attack higher than expected. Extraordinary. We hope to make use of your gift.
Let's top on Sentry and Silverhawks.
Tally ho! Wings of silver, birds of steel. Silverhawks.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a mixed bag today.
Yeah.
We do a good job. By the way, we do a good job with the mixed bag. I feel like every week we do a mixed bag.
There's something for everyone in every show.
Yes. So the story with Joaquin Torres, Alex, is obviously with the new Captain America being Sam Wilson.
Yes.
In the comics, the Falcon to Sam Wilson is Joaquin Torres.
Yep.
So there's a lot of speculation now that there's a new Captain America film that Joaquin Torres will be in the film. Now, obviously, you're so early. And if Joaquin Torres is in the film and he's got the Falcon powers along with Sam Wilson, how do you have two Falcons? So I don't know how they're going to do that. I don't know what that's going to look like. But there's a lot of speculation on the book, so we'd be remiss not to speak about it. Talk a little bit about the Sam Wilson series and how Joaquin Torres came to be.
Yeah, this is an odd one because it's not. I don't think it has going to have anything to do with the comic book version and the MCU version. If it does come out that Torres is Falcon in the Captain America movie with Sam Wilson, in the book he is kind of a mutant. He is genetically modified with the Falcon in the comic book has a sidekick as a hawk, and that hawk is a mutant vampire hybrid. Stay with me, I know. And then a villain used Joaquin Torres as a experiment to mix Red Wing's blood with his, and then he sprouted wings and became a mutant. So that is what Joaquin Torres.
It's more like an X-Men.
It's it's very, very odd. Now in Falcon Winter Soldier, you saw that Torres gets, Falcon just gives Torres his old wings that got broken up. He's like, I don't need him anymore. So there's that scene. So the chances are of him becoming Falcon are pretty high because you wouldn't have put that scene in there. But I doubt he's going to be a vampiric mutant.
Right. Well, anyway, there's a lot of speculation on the character.
Yeah.
Captain America Sam Wilson #3 makes a cameo January of 2016. Again, these are going to be very low pop books because no one would have sent these in. 7 blue label 9/8, 1 gold label 9/8. It's a $35 to $50 raw book. Nick Spencer story, Daniel Cunha and Mike Choi art with a Steve Epting cover on the first one. Yeah. I'm sorry, the Steve Epting is the variant cover. And then you've got the Steve Epting 1 in 25 variant cover, 0 blue label 9/8, 2 gold label 9/8. That's $175 to $225 raw, Alex. And that is a great cover that features Joaquin Torres.
Yes.
That is kind of like the cover. It's a fantastic cover. It's not like that shadow cover on the Captain America that we spoke about earlier.
Right.
Yeah. Okay, good. So then we've got Captain America Sam Wilson #4, February of 2016. 1 blue label, 1 gold label 9/8, Nick Spencer story, Paul Renaud cover and art. I love Paul Renaud. I have some original art of his. I love his work. That's about a $5 to $10 book. The second print is impossible to find. It has a blue logo, 0 gold labels, 0 blue labels. I can't even find any raw copies. So again, you're looking for the blue logo. Okay. You can't find it.
Yeah.
Then you have Captain America Sam Wilson #5, first cover, March of 2016, 3 blue label 9/8, 0 gold label 9/8, $40 to $50 raw, Daniel Cunha cover. Then the second print, blue logo. Again, they did a second print. Again, they did a blue logo. Double zeros. $40 to $50 raw. Then Sam Wilson, number 6, is his first full appearance. 2 blue label, 0 gold label 9/8, $25 to $30 raw. Oscar Jimenez cover.
Yep.
Then, very, very cool cover.
Yes.
Captain America, Sam Wilson, number 13, November of 2016. 1 blue label, 0 gold label 9/8, $15 to $20 raw. It's a Daniel Acuna cover and art. It's got Cap and U.S. Agent on it. So it really, really ties in. Again, if they do wind up using Joaquin Torres, this really would tie in to that storyline.
Yep.
Then you have the Jim Steranko black and white variant cover, 10 blue label 9/8, 13 gold label 9/8. That's about a $12 book raw.
That's not bad.
That book is just the Captain America cover. They just use a generic Jim Steranko cover. Not that there's such a thing as a generic Jim Steranko cover, but it doesn't tie into the storyline.
Right.
And then the last one is Captain America Sam Wilson, number 17, March of 2017, 1 blue label 9/8, 0 gold label 9/8, $15 to $20 raw. It's a great cover. It's a Daniel Acuna cover with the Falcon on it. So that kind of wraps up Joaquin Torres if you feel like speculating that you think you're going to see him in the next film.
Yep. I think you will.
All right, cool. All right. What are we going to talk about next, Alex?
I think it's time to talk about the GOAT, one of the best, sequential artists around. And like I said in the opening, he just put out a new graphic novel, which is like, I don't think any shops have it in stock. It's just being sold out everywhere. Marvel Comics presents the Weapon X run, Barry Windsor Smith.
Yeah. So obviously they've teased it in the films a little bit.
Yeah.
The Weapon X character, you saw it in the last X-Men film. They've definitely teased that with Hugh Jackman a bunch of times. Very popular. Those Barry Windsor Smith covers are iconic. They're classic. That run is taking off. The raw copies, there's not a lot of CGC books, although there are Barry Windsor Smith collectors. So there are definitely plenty of blue labels out there, but I do think a lot of them are in personal collections because they really don't come up for sale. So it's funny. You're seeing pops of 40, 50, 60, 80, 90 books with nothing for sale. Yeah. That means that they're all in personal collections.
Yep.
That's what that means. So anyway, let's kick off the run. We're going to run through this quickly. But these covers are absolutely iconic and classic in every way. And they're really starting to heat up, specifically the key ones with the key covers and specifically the first one. Okay. So Marvel Comics presents number 72. These are all just listed by year, not by month. 1991, 481 blue label 9/8, 16 gold label 9/8. It's $850, Alex. And it's so $45 to $50 raw. For a pop that high, $850, $45 to $50 raw. It's a wraparound cover, Origin of Wolverine Weapon X. You've got the Barry Windsor Smith story cover and art. Talk a little bit about the Weapon X character. What is the relationship between Wolverine and the Weapon X character?
Yeah, I mean, this book was, around this time, Wolverine was extremely hot in the early 90s, late 80s. After X-Men, he was one of the biggest characters, still is, but one of the most biggest characters in Marvel. And this is a prequel of what happened to him before he became an X-Men, before he did some other stuff. This book was so well received, and it makes everybody realize what kind of person Wolverine is. I mean, he was drugged, manipulated, brainwashed. They show him getting his adamantium skin. They melt metal into his bones, and just what they use him for. I mean, some of these books is just, Wolverine isn't talking. He's just, an automaton, like being told to go hunt people. Like, it's crazy. And, this character, again, it's Wolverine. It's the Wolverine we know.
Right. Okay. So this Marvel Comics presents 72. That was the first one. Then Marvel Comics presents number 73. 82 blue, 3 gold 9/8. It's about a $10 to $12 raw. Again, Barry Windsor Smith.
Yep.
74, 99 blue label, 4 gold label 9/8, $5 plus raw. Now remember, as we talked about previously, raw has no bearing on 9/8. Yeah. None. Right. You could very easily pay $500 for a 9/8. There's none out there for sale. And most of them are probably, if you've sent that book, if you send in a $5 book to get graded, chances are you're doing it to put it in your personal collection.
Right. Exactly.
You're not doing it to sell it. And
100%.
now that these books are taking off, you can't find them in 9.8, and they're just, and the raw books haven't gone up that much.
Right.
They did print a lot of copies of these books.
Yeah, this was
Alex.
a big, this was a big book. Yeah.
Right. This was a big book. Even at the time, I remember we were ordering a lot of copies of these books.
Yep.
Number 75, 47 blue label, 3 gold label 9/8, $10 to $12 raw. 76, 66 blue label, 2 gold label, $5 to $10 raw. 77, 59 blue label, 4 gold label 9/8. Those do sell. Those have come up for sale at about $175. Those are $8 to $10 raw. Number 78, 72 blue label, 3 gold label 9/8. That book has come up for sale at about $100, $5 to $10 raw. Then we have number 79, 41 blue label 9/8, 3 gold label 9/8. Those have been selling for $850, Alex, $25 to $35 raw. I don't know why. That book has Mike Mignola cover art on the back that has helped other things before.
Yeah.
Dr. Strange is in the book. John Byrne artwork, maybe.
Yeah.
That book in particular has blown up more than the other ones.
Yeah.
Again, it could be a print run thing too. It just could be like
everybody has a copy of 72. I'm sure I have a copy somewhere in my collection.
Mm-hmm.
But once the run starts going deeper and deeper, people get off books. The newsstand might have not carried it anymore. They might have sold out. Things like that happened in the early 90s.
Right. Number 80, 44 blue label 9/8, 1 gold label 9/8, $5 raw. Number 81, 60 blue label 9/8, 1 gold label 9/8, about a $5 raw book.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one got to keep going. Number 82, 67 blue label 9/8, 2 gold label 9/8. That book has come up for sale at about $175, $8 to $10 raw. Number 83, 58 blue label 9/8, 3 gold label 9/8. That's coming up for about $200. Those are $8 to $10 raw. And then the last one in the run is number 84, 68 blue label 9/8, 2 gold label 9/8. That's about a $10 to $15 book raw. So these are all, every single one of these covers is like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Like
the
unbelievable.
master Barry Windsor.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, Alex, it's come time. Alex's pick of the week. What do you got for us, Alex?
We talk about variants and exclusives a lot, and there's exclusives, all kinds of stuff in the world, all kinds of stuff. There's an exclusive, any convention, there's an exclusive sock, there's an exclusive hat, anything in the world. One thing that I've noticed lately, and as a Star Wars person, I've been picking them up, but they've been doing exclusive dust jackets to the novels. So, there was one just recently for the High Republic novel. And there's a company called Out of Print who did the High Republic one.
Funny name.
Yeah, Out of Print. It's beautiful. I love it. It's to make novels. And there's another new one coming up for the new Thrawn book. And these are exclusives. A lot of times they're signed inside the book. They get a printing plates. Celery Celebration always has the Del Rey booth who produces all the books, and they usually always have an exclusive. And I was doing some digging. I have a handful of them, and look at the new Thrawn one has got like gilded red pages in a slip case, and it's signed. That's $150. That's very expensive for me to buy a novel. But I was looking up the old ones, the High Republic one that came out probably about 6 months ago. $40 out of this place. They're selling for $130. The 3 Thrawn books that came out before that were con exclusives, all 3 of the covers, and these are just the covers, and they are signed by Timothy Zahn, but he does a lot of shows. It's not hard to get a Timothy Zahn autograph. All 3 books, those selling for $1,300. Like these are collectibles. If you're buying novels and you want a collectible, these exclusive covers are the way to go. And again, they're not expensive up front. You're spending another $10 or $20 on most of them just for the cover.
Right. Okay. Very cool, Alex.
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. So what do we got next?
Yeah, let's talk about my favorite insane Superman, Sentry.
Sentry. Okay. So Sentry #1 came out in September of 2000.
Mm-hmm.
they did print a lot of copies of this book.
Yeah.
First appearance of the
fanfare.
Sentry, Robert Reynolds. Sounds a lot like Ryan Reynolds. It's Paul Jenkins' story. I think Paul wrote a lot of this stuff at the time.
Yeah, Marvel Knights.
And then the Jay Lee art. So talk a little bit about the character, the Sentry. Why is it so popular now? Why are these books selling for so much money? What's going on?
Sentry is never going anywhere. That it's a character that was created in the 2000s, and whether he's got an ongoing series or he's used in team books, he's just not going anywhere. He continuously pops up. He's probably one of the most strong people in the Marvel universe. Like I said, Superman before. I mean, we're talking, power of a thousand suns. Like he is very powerful. The background of this character is very weird because when they were announcing it, they were really pushing it as a lost Silver Age character created by two different people, and the names were just acronyms of Paul Jenkins and the other creator.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That's funny.
And they really push it as like, oh, it's a lost character. Oh, it's a character that was made, and so and the books were kind of pushed as this character in the Marvel universe who everybody knew and was a character, knew Fantastic Four and Spider-Man and X-Men, but to save the Earth from himself, because half of his persona is called the Void, which is kind of a villain persona. He had to wipe everybody's memories plus himself to get rid of the villain. So it's a really fun character where it's like, oh, this character's always been here. You just forgot about him.
Alex, what is your villain persona, by the way?
The Noid, the Domino's character, the red old character with the big ears. Yeah, that would be. I would turn into the Noid and steal Domino's pizzas.
That's a good one, Alex.
Yeah, that'd be my. That's my villain persona.
Oh, that is funny. I don't know who I would be if I was a villain. Who did I like when I was a
Snidely Whiplash?
What's
I can see it with a big mustache.
Who's that from?
Rocky and Bullwinkle. One of those characters, I
think. Yeah. Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Yeah. That's one of the side characters. He was the bad guy.
Got it. Okay, I could deal with that. All right, Sentry number one. We talked about 300 Blue Label 9.8s, 14 Gold Label 9.8s. It's about a $600 book now, Alex.
That's crazy.
$600 raw. Then there's the San Diego Comic-Con edition, 238 Blue Label, 38 Gold Label 9.8s, $400 to $500. Wow, and that's about $175 raw. And then there's the Artie Rosen 1 in 50 variant cover, 142 Blue Label, 13 Gold Label 9.8, $800.
Yeah. And
that's $150 to $175 raw. Alex, this book is on fire all of a sudden.
Yeah. The characters.
What is going on? What is
MCU, man? MCU fever. Any and all characters, please buy them. That's what this is.
Jesus Christ. Okay. What are we talking about to close out the show, Alex?
Silverhawks, my favorite Thundercats in space ripoff.
Alex, I don't know what's going on over here. So this is based on the animated TV series, 1987. What the heck is Silverhawks, and why is it selling for so much money?
It's Thundercats in space. It was the cartoon was made by the same company that did Thundercats, and they just used the same kind of idea. It's these human people that are covered in a metal that can fly in space and also have hawks attached to them that are mechanical. They have adventures. It's fun. This is a kid's comic. It was a kid's cartoon. Silverhawks was never as popular as Thundercats or He-Man or anything like that. Not at all. Not even close.
Right.
But the comics are, kids comics. They're going to be trashed. They wasn't popular. There's not that many. This is why these books are so high.
Got it. All right. Silverhawks number one, August of 1987, 59 Blue Label 9.8s, 1 Gold Label 9.8, $35 to $50 raw.
Yeah.
$225 at 9.8, and a newsstand just sold for $600 out.
Oh, newsstands, man. Newsstand kids books. Two things that
I'm going to tell you something. I have a pretty good memory. Like I can, like when I tell you like a book had a large print run, like I remember working in the store and like opening cases. Up cases. Or like you've worked at Midtown where it's like you remember like the orders or like you remember the diamond charts and it was like millions of copies. I do not remember Silverhawks. I have to be honest with you. Like I don't remember everyone being like, yeah, I need a Silverhawk book. Like I don't remember that book. I don't ever remember it coming out. I don't remember ever buying it. I don't remember anyone ever asking for it.
Yep.
That's a new one to me, Alex.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean, it came out around the same time. He-Man, Thundercats, it's the same group, but not as popular by any means. So find one. Good luck.
All right. Well, another great show, Alex, comes to an end. We appreciate
pleasure.
having you guys here. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it in the comment section. And we will see everybody next week. Same bat time.
Same bat channel. Thanks, guys.